back to Mind-Body Relationship, where we talk about the mind, the body, and the relationship. Today I'm talking to Dr. Laurie Hill, and my name is Emerald Hill, and I'm very excited because today we are talking... Is that bad?
No, that's not bad.
And Mew Mew. Because we wanted some excitement with this episode, because we're going to be talking about the most, I guess, ideal relationship and somehow yet the most boring relationship of Married at First Sight.
Interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting. If you look at YouTube, you can see quite a few clips of all of the other couples on YouTube on Married at First Sight, but except for Austin and Jessica.
Yeah, some pictures.
Some pictures.
But then that's about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the positive thing about Austin and Jessica is that they were the only couple who, number one, decided to stay married.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, actually really was indicative of secure attachment.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. And number three, basically had very little to no drama.
Yeah, I think they actually kind of had to make drama with her being like, oh, I'm willing to say I love you now, and him saying, well, no, maybe later.
Maybe later. I want to actually really be 100% secure before it is I commit to saying I love you, right? And that might take some time, which totally makes sense. We only have 8 weeks, but anyway.
What she was like, well, that's kind of annoying, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they went with it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. The other little kind of hitch, I thought, was that it was to do with his job.
Yes, she was a nurse, and he was something that was not stable.
Sales
Or
traveled.
something. Yeah. He
Yeah.
traveled quite a bit. He was really big of a baseball person in college and didn't focus on his career goals, and so.
And so that was a little bit of a stickler because generally speaking, when we think about traditional married relationships, we think about the man being the provider. Right? And so a man as provider means number one income earner.
Right.
And also safety provider.
Right.
They kind of go hand in hand.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And not having a stable career and being paid less is the opposite of both of those.
Totally true,
Yeah.
right? So that was a little bit of a bone of contention because she did bring that to his attention, and he did say that he was going to do something about that. Then the second part of that was the traveling a lot.
Right. Yeah, there's always consequences when you have to put yourself more into your work, which is you put yourself more into your work instead of the relationship.
Yeah, it's an interesting quandary, right? Because anytime when it is that someone travels a lot, it means that the person who is left at home has to be able to close up, so to speak, right? To do all the jobs of the two of them when it is that he's there, but then to be able to open up enough to accept him back so that he takes his rightful position, takes on those jobs again.
Right. I guess it's a question of absence makes the heart grow fonder, but not so long that absence makes the eyes wander.
Ooh, there's a statement.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, I mean, that was something, it sounded like she wasn't actually really looking for someone who travels a lot. And it's interesting, right? Because when I think of nursing, I think of shift work.
Right.
12 hours on, 12 hours off, I mean, that sort of thing, right? So, I mean, that in itself is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So traveling a lot is a lifestyle. Being on shift work is also a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to be able to do, well, some fancy dancing in order to be able to incorporate both into your marital relationship, which might work 100%, no problem whatsoever, until it is you have children.
Which would be a nightmare.
Well, someone's got to take care of them.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. And I think it would be really irritating if the person who was making the most money then had to also figure out how they're going to continue supporting, but also because it is traditional that the mom takes care of the kids, so it's that weird balance of, well, how are we going to adjust the finances and be able to cope with that?
Oh, so true. I mean, there's so many questions that need to be answered, so many things that need to be figured out, for sure. They're just starting out, I mean, right away. They're not based in drama, right? They're based in security. And unfortunately, no drama, generally speaking, means, well, no attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's looking at the drama.
For sure, yeah.
And reacting to the reactions.
Yeah, which is interesting because a lot of the other couples their careers were in some form of media or some form of like social thing, like being an Instagrammer or something. But both of their jobs, they were never clear on his, but being a nurse, you don't really need to be publicized.
No, that is true, right? I mean, it could actually really well be that these were the only two people who are just actually average.
Yeah. Two average ones.
The two average ones that got along.
Yeah.
Right? The two average ones that didn't create drama.
It's actually funny because I believe when I mentioned Zach in the other episode that we did, and he was like, every time he spoke, the guys were like, I don't get it. It was mostly Austin that was like, he talks, doesn't say anything. Don't get it. Don't know why he's here.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, it is really a great representation of a secure attachment. It's just unfortunate that we weren't able to find any clips.
Yeah.
Just to, emphasize that fact.
Yeah.
But, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we wish them well.
Yeah, good luck. Good on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And hopefully it actually really lasts.
Yes.
Yeah. Way to go, Calvin. You did get one.
1 point to you. All right, well, thank you so much for having this conversation about secure attachment, and thank you for tuning in.
All right.
Yeah. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Austin and Jessica.
Today I'm talking to Laurie,